with, there's this allegation of alteration and also addition of some information different from what was gazetted on the National Assembly floor, and the back and forth playing out, and a certain revelation made yesterday by some National Assembly members that when they went ahead to seek for the original copy of the information, the tax law which they deliberated on, they were told that the clerk refused them the information because of the information given by the Senate Speaker, the President of the House of the Senators, I beg your pardon, in the person of Godswill Akpabio. What does this really portend, and why is it that we're having the back and forth, and yet the presidency is insisting that by January 1, 2026, implementation of the country's new tax law will begin?
Thank you very much. There is actually no back and forth. I mean, that is basically what we have is brazen criminality in governance. We thank God for the revelations made by the members of the House of Reps, the honorable members of the House of Reps, Abdul Samad Dasuki and Mansour Soro, who both revealed to Nigerians that what was signed into law is different in material and real terms from what the House passed. Now, why I say there is no back and forth is if there is a difference, then what was signed into law is not a law. The act that was signed is not a law because the Constitution is very clear on this. Nigeria can only be ruled under Section 1 of the Nigerian Constitution, under the constitutional provisions. You can't just begin one day, wake up and sign a law and say you need to rule Nigerians. So if the government tries to implement the new tax law, any part of it that was signed that is different from what was passed by the National Assembly, what the Bola Tinubu government has committed is treason. Because treason is when you try to rule the country that means except as prescribed by the Constitution. And in this case, it's no different from a coup. I mean, so when you say back and forth, Nigerians try to make things very serious issues as if there is an argument.
No, Barrister, you just say something about what the presidency have committed to be, treason and all that. In this case, who are we to hold responsible? Is it the Senate president who said that the clerk shouldn't release the original copy, or is it the people? Let's just help us actually work on this, because the president signed what was made available to him, and also we're getting that some individuals must have decided to tamper with it and add their own information without the president being aware of it. So who is really going to go in for this treason?
The person that will go in for the treason is Mr. President, because the buck stops on his table. And why do I say this? What he signed was gazetted. So there is even no need to look for any copy from the Senate president. What was passed is also known to all the members of the National Assembly. They have copies. So all we need to do is look at what was passed, copies of which are with the members of the National Assembly, and what was gazetted. And that is the difference we are discussing now. So there is you hold the president responsible. The buck stops at his table. Other people who could be culpable include the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, the National Assembly liaison officer to the president, whosoever handled it. But the fact is, Mr. President Bola Tinubu is solely responsible. This character who he made the chairman of his tax commission, the Taiwo lawyer there, who comes up and starts saying that there was a draft gazette, there was a committee we set up, they have no idea what they're talking about. A law has been signed, a bill passed by the National Assembly has been signed into law by Mr. Bola Tinubu, and if there is a discrepancy, and not just the typographical, what the discrepancy we're talking about is fundamental. Issues that remove the power of the National Assembly to oversight the tax process, issues that ensure that you have to pay a deposit of 20% when the National Assembly says that you must not pay a deposit. So they are fundamental issues.
Okay.
It's not a
issue. But we hear people in government say, look, this is political noise coming from the opposition. But Senator Anlindume has said, look, suspend this the implementation of this tax law. Yesterday, a group of Nigerians, pockets of, protests here and there, saying, look, the tax implementation should not take effect from January 2026. We also have people in government who have said nothing is going to stop this tax implementation taking off on the 1st of January. Now, where does that leave Nigerians?
Yes, thank you very much. When the people in government are saying that despite the clear brazen criminality that occurred they will implement it. That tells you that the issue of treason is deliberate. They are not mistaken about it. And if they are not mistaken about it, Nigerians should not be mistaken about resisting tyranny, resisting treason. Nigerians should not have any qualms about it, because if they are so definite, yes, they may think they have the police, they have the army, but Nigerians say this is wrong. This is a crime that has been committed. Rather than come out and apologize, they are still trying to trust it. Nothing has happened. That is the more reason why I say Mr. Bola Tinubu personally and fundamentally is responsible. And Nigeria should hold him responsible if for any fallout.
Okay.
You cannot just overnight change the laws. Let us not say that this is only a tax issue. What it means is that tomorrow, these same characters can change the constitution and tell us it's only a back and forth issue. It's not a back and forth issue. Okay. It's a crime. It's a high treason. It's
high crime against the Nigerian state. Thank you very much, Mr. Ezeluche. Now,